Hey, everybody. Welcome back to No Bullshit News Hour. I'm supposed to introduce the show, Karen?
Yes, just
people
tell them who's around the table and what we're talking about today.
Why don't you tell us who's around the table?
Because it's your show, Charlie.
It's our show.
I want to be introduced, so go ahead.
That's Karen Dumas. If you don't know Karen Dumas,
you can Google me.
You can Google her. You know her work. Karen Dumas, radio personality, talk show host, No Bullshit News Hour queen, former chief of staff, Mayor Dave Bing, more or less. That wasn't the official title, but that's what it really was. Karen knows all. And then there's Wolfman Bob Shadowbauer on the board.
Hi, everybody.
You hear that? Give him an ow!
Ow!
That's what people are calling me.
Wolfman. That's not a bad name. I'm all right with it.
And there's Joey in the corner. Hey, Joey. See, he didn't say shit. It's No Bullshit News Hour. We're growing fast, so apparently we got to keep reintroducing ourselves. Thank you very much for being part of it. This is next week's news today. If you've been listening, you know that. This is no bullshit because there's too much bullshit.
There's too much bullshit. This is where you get the news.
There's a lot of bullshit going on. Today we're going to talk about Flint. Dear listeners, as we told you, hey, dial that down, man. I can hear them. Just close them down. Keep going. Yeah, dial Andy out of there. Okay. See, it's a little...
That's okay.
Homemade.
No, that's all right.
It's homemade. It's from a basement.
It's the lower level, and that is the joy of a live podcast. So it's all good.
Yeah, fuck it. So on today's show, Attorney General Dana Nessel and her Solicitor General Fadwa Hamoud have decided to drop all charges in Flint and start over. And if you've been listening to the show from day one, the very first guest we had here was the special prosecutor, Todd Flood. Today, joining us is Andy Arena, former head of the FBI Detroit Bureau, the man who brought down Big Jim Trafficant in Youngstown, Ohio, and 70 associates, Mobtown, USA. Took down the Kilpatrick administration. I don't have to go into that. But this guy is for real. He's joining us. We will also have Chicken Joe delivering a subpoena to appear. The Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan in his chicken outfit. And we will have the niece of a woman who was last seen with the alleged serial killer in Detroit. We don't know where she is. And the niece and her father want justice. So that's what we got lined up for you today. But first, let me.
Sounds like a great show.
How was that, Karen?
That was perfect,
Was it
Charlie.
good? I didn't write that down.
Great.
That was a great intro.
Thank you, man. A word from our sponsor, American Coney Island, celebrating 102 years. It is Detroit's oldest family-run restaurant and birthplace of the famous Detroit Coney dog with chili mustard and Vidalia onions. And it's my personal favorite. That's no bullshit. I even painted the place. Want a piece of it? Head downtown to the corner of Lafayette and Michigan Avenue. Can't miss it. It's the red, white, and blue building shaped like a slice of pie. Don't mind mind that little bubbling on the paint there. I'm going to get that fixed. Next week.
Don't do shoddy work, Charlie.
Always, because I'm a working man.
You are.
Always delicious. Always open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. Andy Arena would dine there quite regularly. The dogs snap when you bite them, and the chili is a 100-year-old family recipe made especially for the American Coney dog. The beer is cold. Visit the Detroit restaurant or the one in the D Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, or Hey Dads for Father's Day. You're going to be at the zoo. They've got a shop there too, and they got beer out back.
They got beer at all of them.
They do. Or order a Coney kit straight to your or a friend's door. Go to AmericanConeyIsland.com. Please patronize our sponsors. My favorite dude, Luke Nowacki. This is what Luke wrote right here. Ready? Maybe you're a big-time city official who can travel with your entourage on the city's dime. Maybe you can hook up your girlfriend with government contracts. Sound familiar? But if you're not among the elite, and let's face it, Karen, you were saying before the show, a lot of money in poverty in there.
There's a lot of money in poverty.
Yeah, the elite makes some money off poverty. Listen, but if you can't make your pals' pockets fat off the taxpayers' backs, you're going to have to provide for your own retirement and theirs. You will. If you have any questions whether or not you're on the right track, please, really, call financial specialist Luke Nowacki at 248-663-4748. Grow your assets from pension planning to college savings plans. Your politicians are depending on you, people.
And they are indeed.
Yes, call Luke. Tell him I sent you. 248-663-4748. Here's the legal part. Securities and Investment Advisory Services of the Royal Associates Inc., member FINRA, SIPC. Royal Associates Inc. is separately owned, and other entities, animal marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Royal Associates Inc. Wow.
It sounded legal.
So let's get to the meat of this discussion.
Let's get down to it. Andy, you there?
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, man.
How are you?
I'm here with Karen and Bob and Joey.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Andy.
So, Andy, according to the Attorney General's statements here, right, they're going to start over, and drop all charges to date in the Flint investigation, of which you were the chief investigator. So by that statement, Andy, you shit the bed.
Well, I guess one would assume that, Charlie. And I've said this before. They have the prerogative as the Attorney General, as your Solicitor General, to bring in whoever they want to run the investigation and to prosecute it. They have the prerogative to drop charges, add charges, do whatever they want. They don't have the prerogative to smear my reputation. So, I guess that's where I part ways with Ms. Nessel and Mr. Booth.
Well, let's go like this for a second. Last week, they put out there that they subpoenaed the governor's phone. Turns out they subpoenaed it from themselves. You already got that phone, didn't you, Andy?
I think, look, I can't say what we have and what we didn't have. I'm just going to tell you, Charlie, we had a lot of evidence. Dana Nessel said today there was 21 million documents, and I could tell you how many documents are in our discovery platform. But I can tell you this: the statement that we didn't look at any of this stuff is absurd. There's a different way of doing business today, Charlie. When I started in the FBI, we'd go in a search warrant. We'd roll up with our blue and yellow jackets, and we'd walk in and we'd take the hand carts and we'd take all the boxes and file cabinets. And, the world has changed. And I think that people in Lansing need to understand that everything is on a computer now, right? So everything's electronic. So that's not how you do it anymore. People turn things over to you, you execute search warrants, whatever, but it's all electronic. And so, you're going to get multitudes of documents and things you got to look through. Well, you don't sit there and read every one of those documents. You have what are called intelligence analysts, and you load this stuff onto a platform, and you use software and algorithms and keyword searches to kind of whittle it down. And the key term is relevant, Charlie. That's what you're looking for. What are relevant documents? So, there may be an email, and it was, Karen, you, I, your whole staff of 15 other people got that email. We got all 15 copies of it. A lot of those documents in there are duplicates. So, we're not going to read that damn document 15 times, right? We're going to read it once, then we're going to see who got it. But it's relevant. You got to call through that stuff and see what is relevant. Yeah, you tell me you're going to sit there and read 21 million documents. I think you're out of your mind.
Well, the way it's being framed, at least the way it starts drifting out into the ether of the public's ear, is you had no idea these documents existed. That's what it's being made to sound like. Yeah,
and I would, I'd like to see what they're talking about because, I'm certainly not aware of. I have no clue what they're talking about.
Well,
hey Charlie, look, you've known me a long time. I know
real long time.
L.A. You came in from L.A. and you came up to visit me at the FBI office here in Detroit. We had, nice visit. You've always, I think you've always been an above board guy, and I've always been trying to be honest with you. But you know who I am. You know what I'm all about. And I mean, I'm not political. I'm not a member of a political party. I've never given a dime to a candidate. I don't care. And from day one, this wasn't about politics.
Well, you might as well see what you're saying, listening public, is Rick Snyder. Schuette simply wanted a kangaroo show because he was running for governor, right? And he was there to protect his buddy, Rick Snyder. But they're not buddies, and I think Schuette would have been happy to have some charges on Snyder. Would have just been a slam dunk. But that's...
Well, Charlie, I'll tell you what, and I remember it was a Saturday morning in January. And Schuette called me at my house and offered me the position. And I told him, look, Bill, it's no secret. Everybody knows you're going to run for governor. And, I'm going to tell you right up front, this is not about politics. We're going to do it, whether you're the next governor or not, I don't really care. That's your concern. We're going to do it my way with my people. We're going to do it the right way. And Bill agreed to that. Throughout the investigation, Bill never told us to do or not to do anything. He never told us anybody was off limits or that we were targeting anybody. We just did things the way you're supposed to do it, by the book. So, Charlie, you know me, man. If somebody tried to push something political, I would not have allowed it.
Well, look, here's the thing, Andy. In any time, Karen, of course.
I just wanted to add, at the end of the day, we're talking process versus politics, but where does this leave the people of Flint? We've been having this conversation, this investigation for far too long, and from my understanding, people in Flint are extremely disappointed.
No, they're fucking pissed.
That's my version of saying that, Charlie.
See, that's why we're a good team.
Justice.
We're a good team, and Bob went in there.
Karen's being kinder, Charlie. No, Karen, you're exactly right. Listen, my reputation, Todd Flood's reputation, Bill Schuette's reputation, it doesn't matter. None of that crap matters. Does it piss me off? Does it piss me off? Yeah. I don't want people saying bad. I don't want my kids reading this crap in the paper. And I got to make a living, guys. I do consulting. But that, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter one bit. What matters is justice for the people of Flint. You know what? They're getting screwed again.
Why are they getting screwed, dude? Because, let's face it, justice delayed is justice denied. And she comes out and says justice delayed is not always justice denied. But we're banging on, hey, man, what's happening in the background there? Is that your career right here blowing up? Or are you standing
I'm talking. I'm trying to find a place out of the wind here. So,
but or is this just a means for her to come back just for show to say, hey, question not only the earlier investigation. Again, is this politics? Like, we need to do our own investigation. The earlier one was insufficient. That's just playing games.
Why did she do it,
Karen? I don't know. I would not venture to even guess why anybody did any, why they're doing what they're doing. I just see the results here. I would not want to, I guess I'm not going to cast aspersion on them. They have a right to do whatever they want.
Well, they did it to you, Andy, quite frankly, right? Yeah. They just dropped this dung in your pants.
And Todd Flood.
So, Charlie, that's why I'm talking to you, man. That's why I'm talking to you. So.
Well, look, because, again, I know this. Let me lay this out. In September, look, I covered Flint, and I did it well, and you and I have had discussions about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I never heard her name ever, not once, not even. She's off in Plymouth doing whatever she does. But her head pokes up. She's running for AG. Back in September, she's talking about shutting this down, getting rid of you guys. And I know at that moment, the former emergency managers were in some mode of cooperation with you. You had them tied up on a involuntary manslaughter charge. They freeze up. Fast forward, she gets elected. Todd gets removed under weird circumstances about this evidence that the other side of her office said, no, the evidence was actually cataloged and well taken care of. You guys are gone. They're stuck because now they don't have investigators and prosecutors that understand the case. 4 million pages of documents. They've got 21 million other pages of documents. They said 6 weeks ago, hey, Your Honor, we need a 6-month delay to go over this new stuff. Not even the judge was buying it. The judge said, get some popcorn, drink some Coca-Cola, stay up late. And this announcement was 6 weeks to the day of the judge's order. So my thing is, politics prevailed. Democrats don't want to see this thing go through. Republicans don't want to see this thing go through because they were all involved in it. And this is the consequence today. How's that?
Well, Charlie.
Wait, answer my question. How's that?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to answer you.
Okay.
Several years ago, I had a state legislator, Democratic state legislator, tell me, hey, you're doing a great job, blah, blah, blah. But the Republicans don't want you to succeed because, it may make them look bad. And the Democrats don't want you to succeed because, they make the Republicans look good. At the end of the day, you're screwed. And that was his message to me. And I said, yeah, that's about the way it is. But, Charlie, all these kids, I always learned this a long time ago. If both sides are pissed at you, you're probably doing the right thing. So I didn't care. I'm like, look, we're going to go forward. We're going to find the evidence, and the evidence will take us to the truth. I said this earlier today. I think the Attorney General was on was on a radio show when she was talking about.
Was she?
She had some concerns about the investigation. She's had concerns all along, even when she was running. And this is the question you were just asking me. She was making statements out there during the campaign that are quite inappropriate. You don't really know what's going on. Now, in their defense, I mean, listen, how the hell do you come into something, 3 years into it and try to catch up in weeks? I mean,
yeah, what I marvel at is
it's tough. It's tough.
Hold on, that's my mom.
Yeah. So it's tough, Charlie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let me call you back, Mom.
But again, I mean, we're getting entangled in politics. I mean, but to me, that is almost a negative reflection on her. In terms of of playing politics with people's lives being the price that's being paid. I mean, I don't think anybody questions your reputation, Andy. I mean, you had an amazing team. I think everybody knows that. But she got rid of everybody but one person. What's your take on that?
I don't know who all they kept. I mean, my team was removed, the entire team. So.
Okay.
And they were all, listen, they were, former FBI, Secret Service, Detroit Police, Michigan State Police. They were all people who worked for me on task forces, or, you know what I'm saying? They were people that I
professional
knew.
investigators.
Right.
Yeah, they were all, and the thing about it is, look, not all cases are created equal. You can work a homicide case. I'm not saying that those aren't important, but that's a lot different than working a complex financial criminal organization type case. And that's my background, guys. That's what I've done. That's what I've done my whole entire adult life. And there's a specialty there. And
have you ever been removed from a case like this before?
Never.
Yeah,
never. Okay, never.
It's a big one. I mean, Charlie, you mentioned
traffic count.
Yeah, the Youngstown corruption cases. It was you're talking, that was the largest corruption investigation in the history of the United States. I mean, 72 people convicted over a 3-year period.
Fuck, yeah.
It's not my first rodeo, man. But, I mean, listen, it's their prerogative. I don't begrudge them that. They wanted to bring their team. That's fine. But don't blame it on me.
Did they, once they kicked you to the curb, did you ever have a meeting with her and her team? Did they ever debrief you? Was there any face-to-face about where you were going?
So, Charlie, from the time of the election until I was told my services were no longer needed, no.
What?
No.
So what are their options?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what?
So it was not until...
Let that sink in.
Yeah, it was not until, quite frankly.
They never talked to you?
No.
Whoa.
That sounds personal.
No. Not at all.
So what are their options now, Andy? I mean, what I know charges can be refiled, but given the vast amount of information, I mean, no team. What are the options for her for this investigation, and for the people in Flint?
That's a good question. I think the options are you just let it go, kick it to the curb, hope it goes away, and that Charlie LeDuff and his folks don't follow up, or you try to restart. Yeah, that's what I figured, Charlie. But or you do try to go back to square one, and I don't know. I mean, I just don't know how you do that, but that's what they say they're going to do. That's fine, but.
This thing's like a corpse, man. This investigation. The longer it lays around, the more it stinks, right?
Yeah.
And the colder it grows. About right?
Well, like I said, though, Charlie, to the people of Flint, that's who's getting screwed again. So.
Well, that's who's listening. Yeah. So the point is, the longer you go, the stiffer and colder it gets, right?
Yeah. So anyway, there's I told you I do have to run, but I just want to leave you with one last thing here. I think there's some kind of a town hall or something on the 28th. So I'm thinking seriously about attending it myself.
Oh, I might
see what they have to say. So maybe you and I could drive up together, Charlie. What do you think?
Fuck yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
There.
Well, we got to do it now, dude. This is like, we're 50,000 strong here. So people want. Now, look here, real quick. I know you got to go, but you don't go till I say you go. That's the way that
come
goes.
on, Charlie.
I'm the captain of his ship in his basement, lower level.
Lower level.
Why would they drop? Look, no matter what, you shit the bed or not, like, I don't think you did. But why would you drop charges on the health director, Nick Lyon, when the guy had like a 9-10 month prelim exam? The judge found cause to bind him over. Why wouldn't that trial proceed while you're going through your 21 million documents?
Charlie, you'd have to ask them. I can't conceive of a reason.
Okay.
I can't conceive of a reason. I can't. So you'd have to ask them. I don't know.
Next one.
Yeah.
The criticism was you got a bunch of lowlights, not low lights, but lesser lights down below, some bureaucrats not doing their job and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you respond to that? I mean, where were you going with it?
That's how you conduct a criminal investigation of a criminal organization, Charlie. You know, I said when you investigate the crime family, you don't take your first shot at John Gotti. Right? He's insulated. So you start low, you figure out what happened, and you work your way up. So, and that's you want to talk offline. I mean, that's kind of where we were going.
Where were you going? You were going after the money, weren't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't say exactly what we were doing, but yeah, there was I believe, some significant financial fraud that occurred that I think caused the whole debacle.
So it was about money. God.
It's always about money, Charlie. It's always about money and greed, right?
True.
And guess what?
You know that.
So you know that. So the poor people of Flint, financially and spiritually now, are the ones, we never get anything. Andy, $400 million has gone on the Wayne County failed jail project. Nobody did a day.
Nobody gets a dime of that.
Mm-hmm.
You were looking into that. Politics again?
I'll leave you with one last thing, Charlie. I mean, there's this, they keep throwing out there that flood law made all this money and such flood me. First of all, look, they paid us $2.6 million a year to run the investigation. Off of that, you can't be on the state government's IT system because they see everything we're doing, right?
Right.
You have to set up your own system, your own evidence retention system, cell phones, laptops, everything. Then you have to pay investigators. You have to pay attorneys. You have to pay fees. So, anybody think Tom Flood was making $2.6 million a year is nuts. And I've talked about this, Charlie. They paid me a salary. I took a 50% pay cut from the crime commission, so I wasn't double dipping. So listen, nobody got rich off of this thing. Put it that way. But that's like he's going out. When all this money was getting, nobody was getting rich, Charlie. Nobody was getting rich.
Was this baby going towards a RICO and financial fraud?
I mean, I think we were 6 months away from wrapping this thing up. Now, I'll leave it at that. I can't really say where we were going or what we were doing, but that's my position.
All right.
So,
6 months away from wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
one way or
gosh.
another. But that's where we're at. So, Charlie, I'll leave it with you.
All right.
You got to let me go, but it's always good talking to Karen.
Hey, Andy, and
Thank you, Andy.
are we
All
for
right,
real
you
good
too.
driving up there?
Well, we'll see. Well, I got to check my calendar. I got.
Well, you can't come on the fucking no bullshit news hour and be like, "We'll see." We're doing it.
I'm thinking about it. I got to see. Got to fit my schedule, man. Got to fit my schedule.
Well, we're doing it. I'll be in touch.
Nothing takes precedent over the kids anymore. So that's one thing.
That's
Oh
a
wait,
good
whoa,
thing.
whoa! I think like you're a good Catholic guy, raising your daughters the right way, and you would tell them it's for the betterment of society. So whatever we're doing, then
You never politicize your kids either. That's the other thing. Their priorities have to take place. Thank you, Andy, and I'm still working on that. I'll call you.
All right.
Hey, happy Father's Day, Andy.
Take care, boys. Take care, Charlie.
All right.
See you,
bye-bye.
Andy. Thank you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What'd you make of
Andy's a good guy.
What'd you make of that?
Yeah, well, I mean, my thing is that why would you start all over again? I mean, it has to be for the...
And they were 6 months away from being done.
They were 6 months away.
But they wouldn't know that because they never talked to them.
I mean, so I don't, my thing is that to me, it's not just a slap in the face, it's a kick in the behind to the people of Flint. I mean, they've been dragged through all of this for so long. They still don't have a solution. And now, if I were, a Flintstone, as they call themselves, I'd feel like, who cares about me? I'd feel like nobody cares. It's just like we're just going to keep playing.
They would know
this.
nobody cares about.
Yeah, I mean, like, who cares? And at this point, nobody.
International outrage sort of comes to a dripping.
And to start all over.
Well, I don't think it was an outrage. I think people politicized that. Everybody wanted to deliver water. Everybody wanted to, I had 3 people call me, I got a solution. Who can I get to? But at the end of the day, they still don't have a solution. It was real clear that the infrastructure had to be replaced, not repaired. Houses, the house values, had to be taken into consideration because those were compromised because of the water lines. And lives are forever impacted, whether physically or psychologically. I mean, these people are going to carry that burden from here on out. But who cares?
So you met with some
people
today?
People. I didn't say when. I had to do it in court. Yeah, but, quite disappointing. Well, thank you.
Well, who are they? I mean, like, are they connected in some way?
They know.
Like investigators or lawyers, Flint people?
Charlie, people trust me. I cannot, but I will.
That's not even close.
It is close.
You got to give something up.
Because everybody knows everybody and everybody.
You got to give something up here.
What do you want, Charlie?
What
do you want?
Were they close to this thing?
Very.
Okay, so what'd they say? He, she, they.
Just, quite surprised, disappointed, that this has been politicized, the whole thing going after the governor's phone. The governor used...
Which they already had.
Yeah, they already had it, but also learned that the governor used Cash App. So all that's encrypted and then it disappears. So there's a lot of stuff that, is... not there. Yeah. I mean, it's almost like a mob kind of thing.
Look how stupid that move was, too. First of all,
very much so.
Why would you leak that? Like, we wouldn't know you issued a subpoena to yourself to get a phone out of the basement.
Yeah.
So you're going to the press with that. That's my assumption.
Right.
And again, I called the Attorney General's office today, gave him the what's for.
But why doesn't she want to talk to you?
Well, because...
Any response?
Because I can tell you that it was both Democratic and Republican.
Right.
That the prospectus for drinking, the feasibility for drinking on the Flint River was prepared in 2011.
I will tell you this, Charlie.
With the Mayor of Flint's name on it. Like, this was a long time coming out of Flint. Everybody in Flint wanted this.
I heard this some time ago, and this is a quote. Everybody involved was a crook. They said everybody, the people in Flint, the people, that were being investigated, everybody was guilty. Everybody. You and I were talking about before the show started how there's value in poverty. And it is. Everybody gets paid for fixing stuff, and nobody ever fixes anything, and the people who are suffering continue to suffer. And that's what this is. That's what this is. So they're going to continue to suffer while Dana figures out her next step or her next move or whatever.
And you notice that too? Like, the people of Flint were not told about this. And so 2 weeks from to the 28th, as Andy was talking about, there's going to be a town hall meeting. So you give Flint
Say what?
2 weeks to stew, okay? Now this blew up in your face so bad, she's trotting out to friendly, sort of spongy media
town hall meeting.
But for what?
Let me finish this. She's going on radio today, but to spongy people that really don't know this. So when they put it out on the air that, hey, they blew it, we're restarting it, that sort of becomes the narrative. It's a good play. Except Flint's angry, and it blew up in her face, and now she's got to start mitigating it. But you have to come here because we actually understand how the financing worked, who was involved with it, right?
There's my answer. That's why she won't talk to you.
And you know people close to it, right?
That's
We're
true.
calling this bullshit. These are adults.
They are.
They're not people that watch local TV and have some opinion. They're embedded in it.
But like Andy said, Andy had a good team, and this team was not only committed but concerned about the outcome.
And involved for a long
and
time.
Heavily involved. But, I think it's important to say committed and concerned because a lot of times people can look at it and say, oh, well, they're being paid. It's a job.
Right.
But, I always say that attitude and performance are a reflection of leadership. Andy set the tone. And the team, was in line with that level of commitment. So they're kind of disappointed and brokenhearted, if you will, that this isn't going to be a serving of justice for the people in Flint.
Oh, no. they found new people of interest.
Okay.
Right. Ooh. New people of interest. I don't know about. Tell me who the new people of interest are.
Right.
I know for a fact.
Well, and I keep coming back to this question. Why did Dana Nessel do this? Like, what was her motivation?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, because it was Todd Flood was in there.
Maybe it sucked, Bob. Maybe it's what she said. Maybe it's a personal animus to Flood. Maybe she's surrounded by people surrounded in this thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a little clique politics. Everybody wanted it to go away. And now they got their wish. And, you know, Karen wasn't here at the time. We told you in September this day was coming. That's why
Flood knew
she
it,
faked sick that day when she was supposed to be here.
Yeah.
She showed up somewhere else that night.
Yeah, 2 hours later. You know I know. Because I never gave Andy a break. You guys don't know how late I work. I used to crack his ass during this thing. I used to call him up and scream at him. Yeah, I'm trying to find information anywhere I can because it is so sad to actually be in Flint, hanging with people, getting at a bar, asking did you put ice in that?
Well, you better have a beer because you're not having anything with ice or water.
Then they wash the glass out.
That's what I was going to say. Every aspect of existence touches water in some capacity. Charlie, remember you took the showers up there? So people could take a shower and they were grateful. I mean, people don't think about just how dependent we are upon water in every aspect. So, and you have to think about it. It touches everything.
And just remember, all the financing for that Flint water system that they did not need, right? They drank out of the Flint River because it was cheap, and then you could pay the construction bonds on this new thing, and then this new thing would deliver you water cheaper than Detroit, and yet your water rate would never go down, so everybody could make some money and Flint could pay some bills, right? But it failed. And all of that bond money, all the borrowed money, Flint can't pay it, so we're all paying it. Everybody in southeastern Michigan is paying it. They dumped it on our water bills. That's a fact.
So we're flushing water down. I mean, we're flushing money down the toilet, actually.
We are. Every time you flush the
down
toilet.
the toilet to Flint.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, in terms of, but it's for a failed effort. So, I mean, we aren't getting anything out of it. We're paying back something that didn't work.
Right.
So I'm saying we're still just.
So watch
flushing
this.
It down.
What is the zeitgeist? The rich are eating us alive. Remember, when you buy a financial instrument, you get interest. That's your reward for the risk. Sometimes when the stock goes bad or your mortgage goes bad or the bond goes bad, you lose, right? That's it. Crapped out. But they didn't. The bondholders did not crap out. They got made whole by you, me, and everybody listening, right? So why? Why did they bend over backwards to make sure these bonds got paid? Who are the people that bought the bonds? Or if the bonds went bad, would those people have sued for financial fraud?
Because they still wanted to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if they didn't get paid, they were going to sue and it was all going to come undone.
Right.
These are deep things. Yeah, you out there working, man.
And that's
get your ass up.
And that's what Andy and Todd were looking at.
Oh, they were 6 months away.
Yeah.
And so y'all better get
and now it's just
wacky.
And now it's just gone. Done.
Yeah, you pay, boy. Well, you got well water, so. All right, but anyway.
Wow.
We'll be on. I'm going up there the 28th. What day is that, Joey?
Saturday.
Oh, man.
I think. No, it's a Friday. 28th is a Friday.
We're going to do this and then go up there, right? All right. A little business. No bullshit. LASIK is one of the safest surgeries in all of medicine and has changed the lives of millions of people by allowing them to get 20/20 vision or better without the hassle and poor performance of glasses and contacts. It's about freedom and lifestyle, and Dr. Yaldo, our loyal Red Shovel sponsor, is the #1 LASIK surgeon in Michigan. An incredible 30,000 plus people have trusted their eyes to him, and the majority have actually gotten better results than they'd hoped for. It's because his CATS custom LASIK is the world's most precise, and most patients get better than 20/20 vision, called supernormal vision. It takes only a few minutes, it's painless, and you get to throw all those contacts and glasses in the garbage. His multifocal lens implants for people 45 plus frees you forever from your hated reading glasses, gives you precise, far vision, and will prevent cataracts from ever forming. You've got nothing to lose by seeing Dr. Yaldo for a free evaluation. Tell him LeDuff and the No Bullshit News Hour sent you, and you'll also save $1,500 or more. Whoa.
Save?
That's a lot.
$1,500 discount. You just tell them No Bullshit News Hour. Go in and get your eyes checked and see. It's not just to go in there to get LASIK. They're going to do eye exam for you. That's where they start.
So maybe you don't need LASIK, but they'll check you out.
Right. He's an ophthalmologist.
See what you need.
Yeah, he's my eye doctor.
Not an optometrist, but an ophthalmologist.
He's a doctor.
Right. I just want to make that clear.
Call 800-398-EYES, 1-800-398-EYES, or go to the YaldoEyeCenter.com. Now, Joe has shit glasses. Joe the intern. They're nasty. Go on my face or my.
I said I was going to give you some money to help pay for his glasses. So I said on your Facebook page that I'm going to give you cash today, my donation.
Okay, you're going to give me cash, and here's what we're going to do with it because I have some great news.
All right.
My friend Matt Riley has generously offered to take care of all of it for Joe. The eye exam, the glasses, the frames. We're going to send him to Yaldo. Sending Joe to Yaldo.
That's great.
In his chicken suit. And Matt's because he's a very charitable man.
That is great.
And in exchange, I am going to celebrity bartend at Matt throws a big charity, right? It's called Killer's Fifth Avenue Bash, June 27th.
For Killer Kowalski.
Yeah, at the Fifth Avenue. Is that in Royal Oak, right?
Yes.
Yes. It benefits a number of children's charities. Celebrity bar night with live music, auctions, raffles starts at 4:30. I'll be there. Because
and Charlie knows how to pour a drink, just so you know.
Both ways.
Yeah, I help kids.
Okay,
anyway.
so let me do this then.
Help my kid Joe. Thank you.
Then I will,
Matt.
instead of giving money to Joe, I'll write a check for this.
Exactly.
I got you. Okay, I'll do that.
You are beautiful.
Well,
I just wanted to,
All right, we got. It's a cycle. You know.
I'm glad you're in my life.
Well, I appreciate you, Charlie. I do. You know, I love you.
And we're family here.
Yes, we are.
I mean that. I really do.
Okay, thank you.
Such a righteous person.
Well, you know, look who's talking.
Me.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't see me.
You should go to Yaldo.
Can you do that, Yaldo, and get me some?
We'll see him better.
Get me some insight, Sir Doctor, who doesn't mean De Niro imitation.
You made Joey smile. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. The mayor's running and ducking and jiving and hooting and what's some more slippery and sliding. Mayor of Detroit, you
Ducking and dodging.
We sent Joe to City Hall to hand deliver a subpoena to Mayor Mike Duggan to appear on the No Bullshit News Hour. And here's what Joe came back with.
Sir, may I help you? Yeah, I'm just going to invite the mayor to our show. How you doing? This is Joe DeMarco at the No BS News Hour. Is Mayor Mike in?
No, he's not.
Okay, well, we have an invitation for him to appear on the No BS News Hour podcast Friday at 1 p.m. And we bought him lunch.
No, that's okay. We don't need that.
Well, this time it's Coney. Next time we're going to be calling him out as a chicken. I'll be here in a chicken suit bringing him chicken dinner. Well, here we are getting ready to go down here and call Mayor Mike out for the chicken shit politician that he is.
Is this day two?
Because he's lying to the people and he won't come clean to the press either. Is he available, Mr. Mayor?
Did you make an appointment?
You're not allowed to record in this office.
We're calling him out as a chicken shit politician because he's lying to the people and he won't come
Call it
clean.
right out.
We've invited him on the show numerous times and he's not
You
responding.
can't record in here.
So the thing is,
Sir,
yeah.
you can't record in this office.
Well, I'm just letting you know why we're calling him out as a chicken shit politician. He said that house was not in the federal demolition zone, and we checked, and it is. And so, therefore, he lied to us. No comment? Okay. All right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Here, you can take this.
You act like you're scared of him. It's wingdings. Take this to the mayor.
No, sir.
Let me know. So, remember, Mike
do you
has
mean,
been
no?
invited to come on our show Friday. He can call in Friday at 1 p.m. to No BS News Hour. And he knows Charlie LeDuff's number.
Yes, sir.
So he should have no problem contacting you. All right, have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
And make sure you let Mayor Mike know we called him out as a chicken shit because he is a chicken shit not coming out. And
Have a good day.
Oh, Joe.
Go,
Snap.
My goodness.
Oh, Joe's found his wheelhouse.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to imagine if I were still on that side, how would I respond or how would I receive something like that?
Well, and he
That's
had food.
brazen.
He had
I know,
food.
That's pretty
But I'm
bold.
calling him chicken shit.
He showed up in the chicken outfit.
He's pretty bold.
And the day before, he showed up in his greasy mechanic's outfit. But he doesn't really work at a garage. It turns out it's a junkyard, and he didn't know it.
He didn't know it.
No, he's picking parts. He thought he was a mechanic. And he works in a
Let him be a mechanic.
Yeah, just let him be Joe.
We'll let him be
But
Joe.
look at that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Charlie.
Well, and I'm sorry, Karen.
No, go ahead.
But look at how cowardly. He wouldn't even come out and say thank you or no or nothing.
Oh, you know who was talking? That was John Roach, his communications director. The one that busts my nuts every time when I'm correct. Well, there you go, Johnny. You made the air. And, anybody say up in Lansing, wherever, we're truly no bullshit. And you're not dodging us. We're well aware. We do a lot of work, a lot of homework, a lot of journalism here. And thank you for listening, because even if you disagree, we know the issues. We're setting the tone. We're actually setting stories.
And we know they're listening.
We're setting stories which are being followed this week again with the serial killer house in Detroit, which we will get to. So, Bob, you will call our guest. Yep.
Andrea?
Yep, and I will take care of this little bit of business here, Hall Financial. David Hall took a chance on my brother Drew Lane and his Drew and Mike podcast back in 2016, and that thing's gone bonkers. And it's led to many listeners saving money on their mortgages and refinancing. Now Hall Financial is putting his support behind the No Bullshit News Hour. Karen Dumas, Wolfman Bob Settlebauer. So thank you, David. Hall Financial offers lower rates, better options, and that personal attention you want when talking about your home. The average refi takes 44 days. Hall Financial, folks, averages 19 days. Do the math. That's half the time. If you're going to make a move, make it now, because that Dow's up and down like a washwoman's ass on Monday.
Hello, this is Andrea.
Email dhall@hallfg.com to get the paper moving, or call 248-308-5000. Or maybe you just want to take equity out of your home or shorten the length of your mortgage. You could be less than 3 weeks from saving money with Hall Financial. Email dhall@hallfg.com or call 248-308-5000. Tell him you heard it on No BS News, please, because I appreciate him giving us and the network a shot. NMLS number 1467435. Hall Financial. You won't be disappointed. Thanks, David. We got to get that beer or coffee, I think we said, but I like beer.
You could put beer in your coffee.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We can put whiskey in the coffee.
People put tomato juice in it. Gross.
Okay, I don't know.
Gross.
It is gross.
Oh, that sounds bad.
You're gonna drink, just drink like a tough guy. We got her? Okay, let me.
Got me.
Hey, lady, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm real good. Let me introduce you, okay?
Okay.
First of all, we got to say this. We predicted it last week on the No Bullshit News Hour, right? We're here Friday. As we're taping, there's a press conference. It's the work of a serial killer. We said, yeah, they'll probably get him, tomorrow. And by Tuesday, he'll be arrested and arraigned. Lamest script in the world. They ended up getting him Friday night because they don't want a serial killer story going around the nation too long. Look, we solved it in a matter of seconds. And then they screwed me and arraigned him Monday afternoon. So I was about 18 hours off on this script. But, close enough, right?
It's close. It's
right?
close.
So the chief said it came from tips after the Friday afternoon press conference. But wouldn't you know it? That's bullshit. They already had the DNA. They had the guy's name. And they were looking for him that morning. I know that from my police sources close to the chief. So, great work by Homicide Squad, no doubt. But please. So now our guest is Andrea Reynolds Henley, who's the niece of Deborah Reynolds, who went missing in August. She was last seen with the alleged serial killer, and now they don't know where she is. Andrea, you want to take us through that? What happened to your aunt?
Oh, well, we don't really know what happened to her, but we do have dash cam footage from Ferndale police
So
where she was last seen.
So she was in Ferndale with this guy, right? And they're at the they're at the 7-Eleven Ferndale, lead serial killer, have an open intoxicant. The police show up, right?
Yeah, they ticketed her. They gave her a ticket, and they dropped the both of them off on Woodward and State Fair.
Which, by the way, is in Detroit across the county line.
Exactly.
So they took him south to 8 Mile.
They take him out of Ferndale into Detroit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So taking out the garbage, so to speak.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
But, you know, she isn't garbage. She has
She's not garbage at all.
About her. Right. Exactly. She has family that cares about her deeply. So, I don't know.
Okay, well, let's get it set up for the people that don't know this story. So they drop her, right? 2 separate cars.
Right.
They go there. They drop them, put them out. And that's the last time she's ever seen, right?
Right.
But what is it, like a month later, your family files a missing persons report with Detroit, right?
Yeah, a month later. My dad was looking for her for that during that time. When the ticket came at her address, he went to the court date to see if she would show up. Then that's when he told Ferndale that, you know, she was missing. We hadn't done a police report at that time. But after that, we did a police report, a missing persons report.
So what happened then? Did the police...
Nothing happened then, Charlie. Nothing happened then. I guess it was a sign. He had trouble with the districts, like, well, you got to go here and make the report because she lives here, or you got to go here and make the report because that's where you last saw her, and you got to. It was just a bunch of BS.
Out of the Detroit Police Department.
Yeah.
So,
well, he tried in Ferndale, and Ferndale sent him to Detroit because that's where she was last seen.
Okay.
But that's where she was dropped off by them.
So then Detroit Police got a hold of you, right? Asked you a few questions?
Yeah, they asked my father as well as myself a few questions about Deborah, where she liked to hang around at, where she was living, things like that. But never contacted Ferndale and never asked for the dash cam. Never asked for the footage. And, another nice jewel is his name was on her ticket that they issued.
Yeah.
His name, he was named on her ticket. So they knew that this guy was trouble.
So they had a face, they had a name, she went missing, but nobody bothered looking.
Nobody but us, her family.
And she lived kind of...
And my dad also hired a private investigator.
Oh, he really loved her.
Did that?
Oh, my God, yeah. They were very, very close.
Did the investigator find out any information different than what you already had?
No.
When this
Not
goes...
to my knowledge. He talked to him more than... I never even met with the investigator, so...
So if they would have followed through, right? Look, let's put it this way. Your aunt lived a little bit raggedy, right? I mean this with all due respect, because this is...
I know you do. Okay. I know. Yeah.
She did, right? Okay, fine.
Exactly.
Older
she
person.
Had issues.
She was free to move as she pleased, right? Had some drinks, liked to party, hung out with bad guys sometimes. The police know that. They hear that, and it's like, well, fuck it.
And that's what I think. That's my feelings exactly.
Both Ferndale and Detroit?
Detroit.
Both.
Well, it is both.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, why did Ferndale drop them? I mean, since when will
When do you
a
take
police
them out of
department?
it?
But I'm saying, like, that to me, that's strange. I can see you getting a ticket for an offense, but you pick somebody up and drop them. They're not kids.
Wait. Don't you realize what you're hearing here? You're hearing what really goes on.
I got it. But I'm saying, to me, that's a standout point.
Of course
if you commit a crime or you violate something, you get a ticket, you're in trouble. Since when will the police pick you up and take you somewhere else?
Well, take you out of the jurisdiction.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, obvious, for longer than you're old. This is like the Old West. You go to hit the county line. You don't know what goes on at night here on 8 Mile? This is what goes on 8 Mile.
I don't.
They're
saying get the fuck
apparently
out
I
of my
don't.
city.
This is no bullshit. This has always been going on. All the prostitution and crack in those motels up and down 8 Mile. 8 Mile's heavy. Heavy. So the police know people like Deborah and this, what's this guy's name? D'Angelo. They know, yes. Mm-hmm. This is the real life we're talking about. You know, we got Andrea on here talking about the consequences of the real life. My issue is, if somebody would have got the tape and the name and gone and rousted this dude, it's possible they could have found her. It's possible he would have been thrown in jail for not making his court dates in Ferndale. It's possible we could have saved somebody. But I don't even want to criticize the detectives because they're so overworked.
That's what I was going to say, Charlie. And we talk about this a lot, too. The resources aren't there. So it's left to somebody's personal
family.
Right, exactly. Or their subjective approach to what we're going to pursue and what we're not.
Andrea, what do you think?
Well, I understand that they're overworked, and, you know, I know it's a lot of crime in the city. I'm well aware of that. But when you need them to work. You know what I mean? You need them to come. You need them to do what they're supposed to do. At least work the case a little bit.
We need an overhaul of this shit.
Fuck. You know?
Now all of a sudden everybody's interested, right?
Oh, everyone's interested now.
I'm so sorry.
But when we were trying to get some help, you know, no one cared at all.
Did you see the Chiefs press conference this week? Did you let me play a little bit of it here, okay? Listen to this.
Those monies have come with great restriction. We can only demolish and federally.
Oh, that is the mayor.
Yeah, it's the mayor, man.
That would have been we talked about the 3 from last week. Then the Ferndale issue came up. That would be 4. We just haven't confirmed her identity.
So you have 4 bodies.
But we do believe it's part of this series. We just don't know. I just can't confirm it as of yet.
So it's separate from the 3rd victim that we spoke about.
Each victim, I mean, they're separate cases. The only thing that's common in one is one survivor, and the Mac Avenues, the only thing they have in common, it was done at the same location. As I indicated, the majority of what we're looking at, these crimes took place on the east side. So we were right in thinking that this suspect was operating on the east side. He was arrested on the east side. But as soon as we confirm the identity, we'll be in a better place.
That 4th body, was that found near that gas station where they were dropped off?
So they're talking about your aunt's body.
We're going to that right now.
There's a 4th body. There was a 4th body.
We believe so. Yes, sir.
No, sir. We haven't heard her body. We have not found.
That's the head of homicide saying
no.
That we have a missing.
We have a missing, but we have not found her remains. I think they're confused. They think that we have her remains or something.
We're not certain. There is a missing.
Okay, thank you.
A reported missing, but that's the one. The Ferndale was reported missing out of Ferndale. So we're still very much, that's murky. And that's why I said.
So what he was saying was telling everybody they found a body. It's quite likely to be your aunt's, and then this guy's got to step in and correct him and say, we don't have a body.
We don't have.
You hear that, Andrea, right? I
heard it. I watched the press conference, and just like he said, it's murky. That press conference was murky to me.
Well, you had at least some closure or hope for a minute, right?
Yeah. I believe that they do have her body. That's just me talking.
Uh-huh.
And, they might need to make a confirmation or something, forensics, DNA, whatever they do. But at least let the family know that that's what's going on. Let the public know that bodies are stacking up.
Fuck.
You know?
Yeah. And then know what you're talking about.
He had no clue.
Oh, yeah.
He had no clue.
He had no clue.
Oh, we got a body. Well, we don't. It's murky. You're murky. This whole shit's murky. Yeah. It's not working.
Well, and if they had a body, and I say this with all respect, Andrea, wouldn't they call the family to try and identify it? Like, why haven't they done that?
Yeah, they came and got something from her.
DNA?
To go against. Yeah.
I was going to say, I would assume that they would do some preliminary testing to try to determine and then have the family member come in and confirm whether or not it is the missing person, that person or someone else. So I think that's what would be a process, not just, hey, we think this. You know what I mean? There's
you would think that's how they would do it.
Well, yeah, that's how it should be done.
That's how it should be. Right, exactly.
All right, well, look, play. Okay, Andre, did you hear, like, the original press conference last Friday when we were on the air when they're giving the announcement that there is one?
And there wasn't one for a long time. I think 2 days before that, there was no serial killer.
Yeah, we're told there wasn't, and then there was. And then
there was, yeah.
It's the fucking weirdest thing I've ever seen. So
it is. It's really weird.
So did you see the mayor take the opportunity to pitch a $200 million?
Oh, my God.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean, oh, my God?
It was perplexing to me. I could not believe that in the middle of that press conference that he would ask for money. You already have money. You already have been given money to abolish these homes. You know?
Yeah.
Where's that money?
Fucking well said.
What happened to that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then take the opportunity of go and play it, Bob. Take the opportunity on
it. That was an opportunity.
With great restrictions. We can only demolish in federally approved zones. We can't demolish houses that the land bank doesn't already own. And so the 3 houses where the women were found, all of them were in areas that the federal demolition money could not legally be used to demolish. And so, as I proposed last week, and we are going to push forward on it quickly, we do want to go out for a $200 million bond issue.
Okay,
in March of this year. We're going to go to the voters.
Take it down.
We can sell those.
Right there. We got a serial killer. Women are dead. Let me take an opportunity here to promote a $200 million bond.
You're politicizing this family's hurt, this family's loss.
Right.
That's inopportune, inappropriate, disrespectful,
unforgivable,
inconsiderate, all of those things.
Go ahead, Andrea. You tell us.
I think it was very inappropriate to do at that time. You know, if you're going to do it at a different time, hold a different press conference. Just handle it differently. Don't politicize my aunt, you know what I mean, and these women. That they already are talking bad about them. Streetwalkers, drug users. They know what they call them. What do they call them? Sex workers.
Sex workers. The new PC, right? Sex workers.
What is that? What's a sex worker?
Like they work in some nail salon.
They are human, you know. Sex workers. I mean, I've heard that, 10 times in 2 minutes?
What's 10 times in 2 minutes? Oh, I get
sex workers.
We heard sex workers over and over and over.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and like you said, though, they're human beings.
Right.
Oh, well, they do engage in, risky behavior. So, but that's understood. That's understood.
Lots of people do.
Well, yeah, that's true, too. It's actually
they do engage in risky behavior, but they aren't any less human.
Well, you know what I found out this week? That house on Mack and Mount Elliott, which is a pretty busy corner. It's right near the Heidelberg Project where all the tourists go, right?
Yeah.
But remember, the serial killer walks through Ferndale. He was at the 7-Eleven. He was at 9 in Woodward walking into traffic. My point being, we all share this. Dumping somebody over the line doesn't change anything. We got to do better. Having said that, my brothers and sisters that live at Mack and Mount Elliott, that house is still standing today. We're 2 weeks into it.
Which corner is that, Charlie?
Mack and Mount Elliott.
Yeah, I got because there's a church, it's a closed church, an old pharmacy, a gas station.
There's a liquor store, a gas station, and a Coney.
Okay.
Right, and then that old church.
Is that the southeast corner?
Come on, guys.
I'm just trying to visualize.
Where were the listeners driving down, trying to think of southeast? You mean where was the house? Southwest side, right next to the gas station. Okay. Overgrown with weeds, trees. People on the street tell me that's been the whorehouse forever. It's not the first body there. It is in the federal demolition zone. And you know who owns it, Andrea?
Yeah, I heard.
City of fucking Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, now the mayor wants to do this. We can't use federal demolition funds to take it down, even though it's in a federal demolition zone. I said, yeah, but you spent $60 million taking down 4,000 other houses, which, by the way, is $15,000 a house, which is about double the last mayor, which is why the feds are here, which is why this all comes together. Police, public money. This is where mismanagement collides with murder. This isn't a joke what I'm doing. Dollars are precious. They're few. Andrea calls the police. Needs the officer, the detective, not to be overwhelmed, not to be tired, not to be underpaid, and to leave the freaking house. I watched school kids walk by it yesterday. They're starting to spray paint on it like it's some kind of Heidelberg thing, the death house. Like it's a shrine. Take it fucking down. We wouldn't have it in Ferndale or St. Louis or LA or New York or Grosse Pointe. Just think about it, folks. Never would you let your child walk by a death house. 2 women in there, 2 victims. 1 dead, 1 got away, stabbed him in the eye. Never. You telling me the demolition funds and then the zone of the shit and you blew the money.
You blew the deal.
I don't know, Andrea. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. I tell you what. Right now, I forgot. I'm going to tear it down. I'm going to get it done. I got a demo contractor and I've got a project manager. ADR Consultants, Barry Ellentuck, who has taken 11,000 houses down in the city of Detroit alone in his career. Okay? He's a sponsor of the show. Let me just read this. Barry Ellentuck will manage it. I've got a demo contractor to take it down. All we need is permission. Mr. Mayor, answer when Chicken Joe shows up. We'll do it. We'll get it done, and we'll do the community a favor. ADR Consultants providing full business, construction management, and IT consulting services for your company, municipality, and law enforcement agency. ADR, experienced, overseeing more than $250 million in private and public construction projects since 2001. And oh yeah, those 11,000 houses. Need to reduce costs? Need to re-engineer processes or find better vendors? ADR has saved clients millions. ADR Consultants are experts in procurement, compliance, and minority participation. Honest, ethical, smart. Call Barry Ellentuck at 248-318-9424 for a consultation. Get the job done right, on time, on budget. ADR Consultants, 248-318-9424.
Working for the community.
So add philanthropic to that if, in fact, Barry has committed to doing this.
He has committed.
So I think that's an important point because I don't want it to feel like, this is a politicization of that. I mean, he's willing to do this because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, no, I called him yesterday and I'm like, we need to get this done. So when
he said, okay.
I like what you just did there. Because in here, Andrea, I'm not commercialing in your face, even though I did.
Right.
I didn't want that to be blurred.
It's all right. What I was doing was because I was like, well, I know where to put this commercial. Because, just reading them, I'm like, no, the guy's honest and ethical and moral. Here's somebody that'll do it.
How do we get permission?
I told you I never recommend any sponsor that I wouldn't use. I won't do that. Andrea, we got to get the house down, don't we?
I would assume so. It would have been nice if it was already down, but it's too late for that, right?
Well, it's still not down. The police are done with their business, right?
Right.
What can we do for you? That's what I want to know.
Well, I just want my family to have closure. That's all. I really want my aunt to be found if she's not found already. I want some type of explanation of why things were done the way they were. And, that's it. That's really it.
You want your auntie back, one way or another.
Yeah, one way or another.
Okay, what we'll do is we'll put her picture up on our website, okay?
Thank you.
And then so we won't put your number there because we don't want people just bothering you. We'll put ours, and if we get any leads, we will definitely call the police. We'll definitely call you. Okay?
And we'll also keep you and your family in prayer, just for comfort, just for strength to get through this one way or the other.
Hang tough.
No, here, let's do one now.
All right,
we'll make it short. Dear God Almighty, help us find Deborah. Amen.
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 All right, girl. Listen, stay with us. I'm just gonna do this. Okay. We usually go out with a song, you know, but today I want to, in light of the chief of Detroit Police saying, don't mind the 17 shootings on the weekend or 10 in an hour. Right? Crime's down. Don't worry about it. We got a serial killer. We don't have a serial killer. It's all good in the hood. That we're going to go out with just, I'm going to start calling him Baghdad Jimmy.
Can I say 2 seconds,
Yeah.
Charlie? You know, I'm going to say this. I don't care what happens and the criticism. I like the chief. I have nothing bad to say about him. It goes to the lap of the mayor. It does.
Okay.
Resources, narrative, all of that.
It does.
Attitude and performance are a reflection of leadership.
It
so
does.
all of this.
Yep.
All right, then I'm done.
I'm doing it because you know what? Tell the truth. Don't do the fake crime numbers. Don't put a spin on things. Tell the truth so we can get somewhere. So you know what? I like to walk around 9 Mile and Mac. I like them both. Serial killer apparently does too.
Right.
We got to get this fucker. What are you saying, Andrea?
She was agreeing.
He's already in custody. We just need to know what he has done.
Yeah.
Tell the truth about what he's done. You know.
Yes.
So it's victim.
But is he the right one?
Well, that's the question.
We're going to see there too. I mean, right. So my point is, let's get them before they're laying on the ground. That's my point. So when you're telling me it's just a little spike now, no, man, it's pretty bad out there. We need more police, even if we're a little tiny town now. We don't got enough. So we're different than New York. We need more police. We need good ones. And Andrea, you have police in your family, don't you?
Yeah.
You got respect for cops, do you not?
I do.
Because you told me nobody wants this damn job.
Look at that little kid. If you would have got on that press conference and said, we need $200 million for the police and fire department in Detroit, I think everybody would have got up and said, you know what, you're right. Let's get this money together, have more police in the neighborhoods, not just downtown.
Word.
You know?
Yeah.
That's true.
Right. We're borrowing money for billionaires and we just can't. It's so.
Can't put cops on the street.
I'm gonna.
Well, they've got to be compensated, trained.
Sure.
I mean, and we do. I was driving through downtown the other day, and I'm like, they got a ton. How many cops does it take to direct traffic? I mean, there are a lot of police officers downtown just directing traffic.
Okay, you want to hear from the neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay, Andrea, this is Alcoholic Antonio. So he told me you'll see here. He was at Mac and
That's his name.
in Mount. Oh yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
That's his nom de street. Yeah, hold on here. Oh, I turned it down when my mom called.
That's cute, Charlie.
Turn that back on. I love my mom.
It shows.
Love you, Ma. She doesn't listen. My mom doesn't have a computer. Here we go.
That house need to be a vacant lot. Should have been one. Should have been one, Charlie. I'm looking you, but I just couldn't get on TV with these Charlie.
Well, the mayor listens to this show, even though he pretends he doesn't.
Who is that?
Mayor Mike Duggan, Dollar
man.
Bill Duggan.
Okay, be active. Hey, Mayor, act like Coleman ain't young, man, and hook it up. Hook it up like Coleman.
Take it down?
Hey, there's a lot of shit. Just like this house, Charlie. I can tell you about this spot, this spot, and all the spots. But I ain't no snitch, man.
City owns those too.
Oh, man, they own a lot of shit, Charlie. You already know the game, man. You know it.
Tell me your name.
My name is Antonio Anton.
Antonio Anton, is that your real name?
Just leave it like that.
That's classic, Charlie.
Antonio Anton.
He wants the house down. So anyway, Andrea, thank you. I want to thank everybody for listening. Is that mine? God damn this phone. Hey, Joey, take that, will you?
That's all right. That's technology.
Yeah, it's
Charlie.
technology. So I want to thank everybody. Remember, go to No BS News Hour, click, subscribe, all that bullshit. I'm not doing that anymore. But here's a little bit. I'm now calling him Baghdad Jimmy, Chief of Police, because y'all remember Baghdad Bob, the guy during the Iraq War when we're invading and they're not here. Well, anyway, we're going to leave
The guy
you.
who was so full of shit.
Yeah, the Minister of Disinformation.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what it's starting to remind me of. We're going to leave you with this. And remember, try to love one another. And if you can't, just try to get along.
They are not near Baghdad. Don't believe them. They are nowhere. This is silly. They are not even 100 miles or whatever. They are not in any place. They are on the move everywhere. They are a snake moving in the desert. We push them, they run away to the back, we pounding them, they disappear in the depth back. When we stopped pounding them, they pushed some of their units towards Saddam International Airport. That those units only for be filmed and for propaganda, hollow, empty propaganda purposes.
Tether roof off, we gonna tether roof off the mother sucker. Tether roof off the sucker. Tether roof off, we gonna tether roof off the mother sucker. Tether roof off the sucker. Tether roof off, we gonna tether roof off the mother sucker. Tether roof off the sucker. Tether roof off, we gonna tether roof off the mother sucker. Tether roof off the sucker. Going down, getting down. There's a whole lot of rhythm going round.